Hey, well, happy Christmas Eve to those out there that celebrate the holiday, especially Christmas. Nice to have you here. I decided to come Saturday and do a little bit of a forecast and some Forgit Factoids related to the holiday season. And I hope you like my getup. I think it's pretty stylish. So, hey, I'm Meteorologist Robert Forgit. I'm from Alaska here. I've been here over 30 years and love being here. So for those that are out of state, love to know where you're from, in-state or out-of-state. Also, what you hope to get for Christmas would be good too. Love to have you join me tonight. It's going to be about 20 minutes, and we'll be out of here. I'll have a couple of Forgit factoids that are holiday related. So I am done Christmas shopping, all completed. So it's great. Again, nice to have you here. We're broadcasting from Alaska's news source in Anchorage, Alaska. We're both the NBC and CBS affiliate here. So let's go ahead and get started, and happy holidays to you. Hey, look at that. There's our sunrise and sunset for tomorrow. We are looking at 10 hours and actually we're looking for sunrise at 10:14, sunset at 3:43 p.m. We are gaining time and we're excited about that. 28 seconds from today will be tomorrow, with 5 hours and 28 minutes going into the Christmas day. So that's pretty exciting. Let's go ahead and take a quick look outside. This is what it looks like. Got a little bit of some foggy conditions, not too much to speak of, but we are expecting some snow tonight. Warming temperatures as we go, and that brings us back to looking at the forecast. Lots of warnings, both winter storm warnings, winter weather advisories, high wind warnings, also a blizzard warning that will be canceled a little bit later this evening. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what we have outside. Notice the camera's moving, and it is moving indeed. We are seeing a little bit of wind, and we were expecting to see that wind north. And when we say north, we mean coming from the north. The wind's not blowing to the north, it's coming from the north at about 18 miles an hour. I'll explain why in just a bit. But our temperature been holding right around 30, 31. I expected to get maybe 32 or 33 tonight. I think I said 31 as we look at our low temperature for the night. And our low temperature is going to be the high temperature for tomorrow, because temperatures should start to drop as we get into it. Colin joined us. Good evening from Shevak. Nice to have you, Colin. Thanks for letting me know where you're from. Please let us know where you're from. John, thanks from Western Alaska. Thanks for joining us. If you're from out of state, we want to hear. If you're from out of country, we want to hear even more. In case you haven't, you're just joining us, I'm wearing my holiday attire. I'll be wearing it at 10 o'clock tonight on the show. It's a full outfit, so a tie and all. So let's go ahead and see what we've got. As I mentioned, 30 degrees right now in Anchorage. A lot of people still out shopping and trying to get it all done, those last minute Louis. I am done. If I miss somebody, well, I'll give you a gift a little bit later. So let's go ahead and look at that forecast again. I think we'll drop down to 22 degrees, but that'll be before we get to midnight. And actually, I take that back. Our overnight temperature, I believe, will be our high tomorrow at about 22. Looking for a little bit of snow and rain. The reason for it, big systems pushing that cooler air out of the way. But notice I see temperatures rise to a low of 30s overnight. And we'll see those winds out of the north, 10 to 15, gusting to 20. We already see them at 18 degrees. So, John, Colin, and tell me what the two of you want for Christmas. If you have some ideas there, be nice to know. And we're going to do our Forgit Factoid, our first one, and this has to do with the first Christmas song. So I'm really into space. So I grew up in Orlando, and certainly there we had a big space program right over at Cape Canaveral. So tonight's question has to do with space. The first Christmas song played in space was by astronauts, Wally Schirra and Thomas Stafford. What was the name of the song? Was it Jingle Bells, Blue Christmas, White Christmas, or Frosty the Snowman? Okay, was it Jingle Bells, Blue Christmas, White Christmas, Frosty the Snowman? Take a guess. We'd love to have you guess, see what you guess. And John's coming in, warmer weather. That's what he'd like for Christmas. I bet you would. So, Hawaii's only 6 hours away. So go ahead and guess if you can. Again, our Forgit Factoid for tonight, the first one, we're going to do two, is the one about the first time we heard a Christmas song played in space. Was it Jingle Bells, Blue Christmas, White Christmas, or Frosty the Snowman? Give you just a few seconds. Maybe anyone online like to guess, that'd be great. And if you don't, that's okay too. We're going to give the answer in a minute. Ken, thanks for chiming in. You're saying A, Jingle Bells, all right. And with a lot of exclamation points as if he knows. So Jingle Bells, Blue Christmas, White Christmas, or Frosty the Snowman. Here we come, Destin C. Peggy's going C. They're going White Christmas. So we'll see what happens here. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Love to hear from you where you're from as well. So what do you think? Your guess can't be any worse than this jacket. Okay, I'm just saying. So go ahead and make some more guesses. Jingle Bells, Blue Christmas, White Christmas, Frosty the Snowman. Nellie, thanks for guessing C. Again, this is the first song played in space, and it was played by a harmonica and bells in the Gemini 6 Alpha space flight. So Nellie guessed C, lots of C's, so that's good. And we're going to go ahead and give the answer away here in just a minute. And we're going to do 2 factoids. This is the first one. We'll have one at the end of the show too. And then I'm going to go over the weather real quick for South Central so that you can, you don't have to watch the whole thing if you don't want to. Okay, let's go. We got just a few more seconds here. First Christmas song played in space was by astronauts Wally Schirra and Thomas Stafford. The song was what? Point Hope. Thanks for tuning in, Ricky. Hopefully you can guess our question. Jingle Bells, Blue Christmas, White Christmas, or Frosty the Snowman? You got 10 seconds. Coming down to 5 seconds, and here goes the answer. You ready? Well, if you guessed Jingle Bells, you'd be right, because Jingle Bells is the answer. And again, it was broadcasted December 16, 1965. So Paul guessed C, a little bit late, but that's okay. It's Jingle Bells by harmonica and bells. So we're going to go ahead and look at the forecast now and kind of move and show you what's going on throughout the state tonight at 7:30. Winter storm warnings in effect. Out in the western part of Alaska, we got winter weather advisories. And those winter weather advisories, not only for up near Fairbanks, but of course down below Fairbanks with high wind warnings everywhere from Healy all the way over to Delta Junction. Blizzard warning for also for Valdez. That will be canceled tonight. I'll explain why in just a minute. Arnold, thanks for joining us. William, thanks for being here. Gamble, nice to have you here. So John, guess C. Yep. Hello, Arnold, good to see you. And so we've got a lot of weather happening and dynamic weather, most of it right here in South Central. And you can see that again, high wind watches. Most of those arrows, that arrow is pointed down to much of the southeast panhandle where there will be some extensive wind and rain over the next 24 hours. I want to show you here as we pull out a little bit what we've got going on. And down there, as I mentioned, we do have that high wind warning, places like Sitka, high wind watch for places like Haines and also Skagway. So Arnold, you're in Gamble. I'll show you what you got weather-wise coming up for tomorrow, and we'll look at that. So thanks for asking that question. I'll get to you in just a minute. I want to show why we're getting the precipitation and all the watches and warnings. Again, low pressure systems, they spin counterclockwise. This is the state of Alaska, right? Perfect state. And it spins counterclockwise. So a lot of times what you'll get is the moisture coming up. It'll spin and come over the mountains. That can cause a lot of pressure gradients. And as it does, if that pressure gradient is really steep, we get the significant winds. That's what we had, 55-mile-an-hour winds last night in Whittier. It's still spinning and it's still moving up, and it's also pushing in some warmer weather. So that's why we're seeing the temperatures that are going to get warmer tonight. So, hey, Jay Bear, Lacey, thanks a lot. Hey, nice to have Angelina on, so thank you for joining us. Love having you guys return and watch the show. As we go ahead, I'm going to move this into Sunday morning, and notice that low kind of falls apart. The white and blue are snow. The green is rain. So overnight, temperatures will start to drop, so that rain, mixed rain and snow we might get here in Anchorage overnight will turn back to snow, and it'll only be in the AM, but up in the valley you can see we'll probably see a little bit more in the way of snow for Wasilla, Palmer, also Talkeetna and Willow. Most areas will see the batch of snow in the morning. Then we get into Monday, pretty clear for south central, but you've got these little lows moving into the west coast, and then we have a big system moving up the southeast panhandle. With that, it'll be more rain, and also we'll see with that some windy conditions. Uniloclete, I'll go over what's happening out there. John, just give me a chance. We'll get out to the forecast for tomorrow for those areas. Then when we get into Tuesday, a couple little lows will move over to the west. Nothing significant right now. The main focus will be the southeast panhandle and what weather that provides much of the southeast part of Alaska. So let's go ahead and talk about the forecast. So we'll first talk about southeast high wind warnings. Rain and windy tomorrow. Look at some of those gusts, 45 miles an hour in Petersburg. Ketchikan going to see gusts to about 40, 45 in Sitka. Warm temperatures too in the 40s. We were almost 18 degrees warmer than yesterday here in Anchorage because we're in the 30s. Winter weather advisory, also high wind warnings for the interior. Most of the high wind warnings are in the yellow. That stretches all the way to Healy, where you'll see gusts to 65, gusts to 60 in Delta Junction. Mostly cloudy, some scattered showers for Fairbanks, and 16 degrees, that's warm. So Tok is also going to see some cool temperatures. Blowing snow up on the North Slope. We're going to see that, and those winds out of the east at 25 miles an hour. So that's what we're looking at as we move to Anatuvik Pass. 14, that's pretty warm for them, and they're looking at a little bit of snow too. So yeah, John, we do have a nice low coming up from the southeast. For the west, we are seeing again tomorrow some snow, but some showers mostly as it pushes through. Winter storm warning is only until 3 a.m. That's for the interior part near Uniloclete. You'll see things start to dissipate. And Gamble, as we mentioned, they're going to look at probably about 5 degrees. Your winds, though, are going to be blowing. So blowing snow is the forecast for you in Gamble. And I think I answered both questions there for Uniloclete. John, hope I got your question right. You asked me what the weather was going to be. You're looking at about 7 degrees, some southwest winds, 10 again. That winter storm warning should start to fall off as you get into tomorrow. So hopefully I answered both of your questions that you wanted. So cold weather, a lot of snow for, yeah, absolutely. As we go to the Aleutians, things have calmed down. Temperatures will be in the 30s to the south, Adak and Unalaska, 20s, St. Paul and Cold Bay. But cold air has moved down along the west coast, so Dillingham going to see 10 degrees with west 10 to 20 miles per hour. I smell coffee in the newsroom. It smells good. I love the smell of coffee. I love good coffee too. So Kenai, Kodiak, looking at temperatures tonight, getting up into the 30s. The highs will be early this morning. The lows will kind of be the highs for tomorrow, if that makes any sense to you. Winds will start to dissipate too. That winter weather advisory for the western part of the Kenai will cancel tomorrow about 9 a.m. And again, looking at some rain along the coastal sections, mixed rain and snow inland. Snow for Glen Allen, looking at 26. That winter storm warning is good till 3 a.m. It will dissipate tomorrow. Also, the blizzard warning for Valdez will end at 3 a.m. And that's also for Thompson Pass. Sea ice, you know, Arnold, you asked me about what about the sea ice? Can you show it? I can't show the sea ice, and I am not versed. I can, on a satellite shot, show you sea ice because it shows up on infrared, but I'm in a show and I can't quite get to it right now, but you can see it on a satellite shot, and we don't forecast ice here. So it's such a big state, it's even hard to forecast what we do now. So, hey, the Mat-Su, I think we'll see a little bit of snow in Wasilla and Palmer with that counterclockwise circulation in the AM. That'll push a little bit up into Talkeetna and Willow in the afternoon. So PM snow for Talkeetna and Willow, and some gusty winds out of the northeast. As we get into Anchorage tomorrow, I think 31 will be our high, and that will be early in the AM, and then we'll drop down to 22, which will be nice. Not a lot of significant snow loss. 35, though, expected in Girdwood. It's going to be kind of messy in Girdwood tomorrow with temperatures. You'll see snow at the top, mixed rain and snow at the bottom. Those winds pretty strong, southeast 15 to 25. Hey, I want to go back and give you another, if you didn't watch the show last night, this is the Forgit Factoid for last night. Hopefully you'll be able to guess it. If you don't, I'll give you the answer. So What holiday treat was invented to make choir boys calm down and be quiet during church service? Was it the gingerbread cookie, the candy cane, marzipan, or was it ribbon candy? Try to take a guess at that if you could. A, B, C, or D. What candy was invented that allowed choir boys to kind of calm down and be quiet during church service? Anybody want to take a guess? We'd love to hear your answers on that one. It's indeed a tricky question, but one that a lot of people got an answer to on the show last night. So please try to answer that question. And it's right up for you right now. And looking for your answer on that. And while we do that, I am going to grab something real quick that will give you the answer. So go ahead and make a guess. We'll have the answer in just a few minutes here. I don't want to spend too much longer on that. So you might hear me walking around the studio. That's what I'm doing. So I'm grabbing something. So what do we got? What do we got? Okay, Kathy, thanks a lot. You guessed D, B for Arnold. Arnold guessed B for candy cane. Kathy's guessing the ribbon candy. Used to have a lot of ribbon candy when I was younger. I really liked the candy canes and stuff, but I love the chocolate covered marshmallows. The things. Always get those. I love that. That was really good. So let's go back to the question. And here's the question for you. What holiday treat was invented to make choir boys calm down and be quiet during church service? Gingerbread cookie, candy cane, marzipan, ribbon candy. It goes back to 1670. It was the choir master who did this in a place called Cologne, Germany. It was the cathedral in Cologne. So John's guessing B. Okay, candy cane. Anybody else want to take a guess? Love to know what you're thinking. So at 10 o'clock, we'll have the forecast, any updates from this forecast. And we'd love to see you on the show. We've got sports as well. And of course, we have all the news that'll be out there too. So go ahead and guess. Here it is. Oh, got C, marzipan, Barb. C from Ken, marzipan. And we've got any update on the woman Eagle River who fell through the ice. We will give you an update on that story, Amanda, with regards to the woman that fell through the ice in Eagle River. We do have some more information on that, and we'll be sharing that with you at 10 o'clock. Brandon, hey, nice to have you from Wasilla. So, yeah, we'll give you that information. I don't have it with me because I do the weather, but I know the newsroom's working on that to try to get a follow-up from the officials on what happened and what's the latest on that the gal from Eagle River. So, okay, here we go. Watching from Cape here. Oh, Missouri. Nice to have you, Barb, from Missouri. Been through Missouri. The only place I ever got a ticket. As I was driving through on Christmas Eve, it was this time tonight. I was driving through, got a ticket, guy got me going downhill right near St. Louis. I was a little bummed, and he wouldn't let it go. I had to pay the fine. It was $100, I think, back then. So, hey, here we go. Okay, thank you, Amanda. Yep, you're welcome. Okay, here we go. Here's the answer to the question, and the question's answered. Hopefully, you got it right. Some of you did. It was the candy cane. Yeah, it was it was late 1600s, and here's the thing about the candy cane. It was illegal to have food in the cathedral. So the choir master decided to make it somewhat of a toy and decided to make it in the form of a shepherd's staff. And there's a lot of significance between the red and the white and the three stripes. You can look it up online, but it was the candy cane that kept those kids from acting up. So, hey, let's go ahead and quickly look at the last thing, our 5-day forecast for the Anchorage area. And I can tell you it's going to be pretty nice but cold. We'll keep our snow, AM snow again, and then I think we'll have a break in the afternoon with some sunshine for Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day, 19 degrees, or low 9. The rest of the week might get a little bit of shot of snow on Tuesday. That's because of that other system moving up. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right now looking at mostly cloudy skies and temperatures in the teens. So, and as we go ahead, just want to let everyone know that I hope you have a great holiday. Whatever you're doing, if you've already celebrated, what you celebrate. Hope you had a nice time doing that. And certainly want you to be safe out there. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. Boy, it's tragic to see when people get in accidents. So it's worth it just to be safe and take a ride, get a ride, take a cab, whatever it might be. And we want you to be safe during the holiday season. I'll be back with you next week. I'll be working a lot of the 10 o'clocks. I'm not going to be in tomorrow. I've got some plans for Christmas Eve. So I hope you have some plans for this weekend. Hope the weather fares for everybody. It looks like South Central, things will calm down as we get into much of the Christmas time period. And even next week, it looks pretty good to test out all that new stuff. Want to mention one thing, avalanche warning. It's very high in the Chugach National Forest, through Turnagain Pass, Girdwoods, all the way down to Seward and Moose Pass. Please do not go up in the mountains until it is clear. We have very unstable snow there. We don't want anyone to get hurt, snow machine or high marking or whatever you're doing. Please do not go in those areas. It's highly recommended to stay out of those areas where we do have significant avalanche dangers. So, hey, with this, I wish you the best. I hope you have a wonderful holiday. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and most important, just enjoy the spirit of the holiday season. So with that, good night.